I stay Millie living, I stay living like Millie. I stay Millie living, I stay living like Millie. What? I stay Millie living, I stay Millie.
Good boys listen to the Hock Pacua podcast.
Welcome back to the Hock Pacua podcast. I lost count on which episode this is, but we're back. We're back. We're better than ever. We're getting better by the episode. Joined here by Alex and Kevin Judge. Both their seasons came to an end, unfortunately, this past week. Both teams who lead the league in points for. Both teams who were some of the scariest opponents, where me, Rob, even both of you guys didn't want to play any of us, especially you guys, with each other. So how we feeling? I know probably not the greatest after last week, but if you guys want to share your mindset or your comments on the season and the week, and
I can start off. My week famously ended when Kyle Pitts scored 45 points on Thursday Night Football, the highest score by a tight end in fantasy football history, which is it's funny. It's funny, but yeah, it's a tough way to end. My team didn't even play that bad. We still scored 130. I think I was like fourth highest in the league, and that was with start-sit decisions that were a little questionable. I could have scored up to like 160 realistically, and it wouldn't have mattered. So I guess that helps me feel a little bit more at peace. But what really gets me is 4 times throughout the year, I offered for Kyle Pitts, for different bench players, different bench receivers on my team that could have started on Kevin's team, given that he was starting Rashid Shaheed last week. And each time that I offered for Kyle Pitts, I was returned an offer of Rashee Rice for Kyle Pitts 4 separate times.
I got the same thing with Jamar for Kyle Pitts, basically.
Yeah,
This was deadline day. I was trying to get.
How did he know?
That trade would have won me the week last week. Who knows? I might not have been in the playoffs had I made that trade back in like week 6 when he first offered it. But if I had done it in week like 12 or right before the deadline, the 2 later times that he also offered that trade, I probably still would have made the playoffs in my seed, and I would have beaten Kevin with Kyle Pitts on my team. But yeah, it hurts. It hurts really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into the freight train known as the kink in our luck, and he just went off. I kind of just removed it from my memory. I couldn't even tell you who did what in that game, who scored what. I know my team didn't do great. I think like McCaffrey and JSN both had 15 to 20 points. So they did their thing, but they didn't give me the nuke I needed. And Mahomes sucked. And once that bullshit with Woody Marks happened, I just knew, all right, this is like the kink in our luck demon just reasserting itself into the fold, and it didn't matter at the end of the day. He also got hurt. He probably would have went nuclear, but whatever. If I was going to lose to someone, I guess I'd rather it be Robbie than Kevin Hall having Kyle Pitts score 50 points on me, or if I had to play Nick or something and I'd score 108 points and lose. So, hey, I think we learned a lot this year. I'm sure Kevin feels the same way. Feel good for next year. It's as Brian Cashman says, you win the regular season games, the playoffs are a crapshoot. You never know what can happen. GG's, Robbie.
Yeah, it's just so tough to lead the league in points for, both of you. Just right there with each other at the top. And then once the playoffs start, it's almost like nothing matters with, I think, I don't know if it was last year, but there's a year where I remember I was 7-7 and made it to the championship. A lot of teams who just squeak in seem to get those big upsets, especially against Chris Mendelara, who's been a host to that. Can attest to what you guys just went through, but yeah, I mean, one thing that's interesting to see is, so last week Kevin Hall had the most points in the league, followed by Will in the Mail Bowl, which is very, very huge for him. And then Robbie. Robbie and Kevin Hall are going against me and Nick, who have been cancers to teams on a weekly basis, where we share, I believe, the least amount of points against. Where against me, teams average under 110. Against Nick, under 115. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the high momentum, high powered Kevin Hall and Robbie do against us this week.
That's
And,
what we're calling him now.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're calling
You know,
him.
I think that 115 that Nick's opponent's average would be higher than Kevin Hall's average points per game this year. So
that's something to look into. Yeah, but
I'll have to look into that. I'll have to do some research.
yeah,
things you got to think about, you know.
Yeah.
yeah. Is there anything you guys would have or seen that you could have done differently? It seems like the fantasy gods just weren't pointed in your direction, though.
Yeah,
I don't really think there's anything I could have done, honestly. I mean, I put together a hell of a squad, and I was in first place in the division for like a good bit there. I think I would have went back to that like week 6 game when George Pickens had that like 30-yard touchdown buzzer beater at the end of the fourth quarter, and I lost to Robbie by like 6 points. Probably would have done something to George Pickens before that game. Then I would have had the 1 seed. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think me, Robbie, and Alex, there's probably all games where we lost by single digit points, where maybe we could have started someone different, or somebody could have dropped a ball at the end of the game or caught a ball at the end of the game, and that goes the other way, and any one of us could have had the 1 seed. It just ended up turning out like this. Dean, you were the benefactor of that.
Yeah.
So it's fantasy. There's a lot of luck involved. Sometimes your opponent has 2 players that score 3 touchdowns in the same game, and 1 player that scores 2 50-plus yard touchdowns. And there's nothing you can really do about that.
No, not at all. Yeah. So, just looking at these, I mean, I texted Alex during the last week that I did not want to face Alex in the next round, which might come to bite me against Robbie now looking at his squad. But just off first glance, I mean, how have your perceptions or your what you guys think, who will win it all or who will win the Mail Bowl, how has it changed after this week?
I don't think for the playoffs, my perception really changed. I thought of your team and Robbie's team as kind of equal, mine and Alex's team as the 2 best teams, and then I thought Kevin Hall would be a non-factor. So I thought me and Nick would have had a good game in this round. But yeah, I don't think perception has changed for a lot of those teams. I still think you and Robbie are pretty even. I think Nick is like a tier below us 4, and I think he'll probably blow out Kevin Hall this week. But in terms of the Mayo Bowl, great lead for Will so far. I think it's like a 50, 60 point lead.
Yeah.
So yeah, great for him. But Ant's got a lot of good players on his team. Still don't know how he made the Mayo Bowl with all the trades that he made. So many good players flowed through that roster. But yeah, I mean, if Will can do it 1 week, Ant could come back in 1 week or 2 weeks. He's just got to get lucky.
Yep. Yeah, he's up 53.9, and
Not good.
He's
Not good.
He's basically up, picking up from Trevor Lawrence, picking up, I forgot who else went off for Will that he just picked up that week, which was just brutal for Ant. I mean, Trevor Lawrence put up 44, picking up the Eagles D and Fairbairn who combined for over 30. I mean, that's just brutal blow for Ant there.
Yeah, and 3 of those Trevor Lawrence touchdowns went to Travis Etienne, of course.
Yeah. But yeah. So how do you guys think that these matchups will go this week? Me, Robbie, Nick, Kevin. I know, Kevin, you already said that you think Nick's going to blow him out. But, yeah, whoever wants to take that.
I'm gonna be real with you. This is the first time I've opened this app since Sunday, so
But, yeah.
let's see. Actually, no, that's not true. I did add some players before because I realized I'm in a consolation bracket against Kevin, so I added some like 2 hours ago. So just to replace the injured Patrick Mahomes, who, like my team, blew out his ACL in the fourth quarter. Um, yeah, let's start with you and Robbie, I guess. I like forgot. I totally just like memory hold this fantasy league for the last 4 days. I'm gonna go with. Oh, you're starting Jared Goof, huh?
It came to that.
Wow. And is Marvin Harrison Jr. back?
Potentially.
I think he's been practicing. I'm not tapped in though. I don't really care.
Colby Parkinson had 25 points last week.
And no Devontae tonight, so
No
I'm
Devontae.
expecting at least a touchdown from him. Hopefully. I'm knocking on wood.
You got Brandon Aubrey. You got that. I'm gonna go with you here, Dean. I think Drake London starting is actually a bad thing for Robbie because first of all he's not even that good, and he's also got Kirk Cousins throwing him the ball, and he's like coming off an injury. He's got Omarion Hampton, who's like everybody knows where I lie on Omarion Hampton. Yep, I can't. I'm in the middle of the Hock Pacua podcast. I'm in the middle of something.
The Hock Pacua podcast. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, long story short, Dean, you're gonna take this one.
Interesting.
I actually lean the opposite way on this one. I think it's basically a 50-50 game. I think you still have a really good team, Dean, but I do think the X factor here is going to be DJ Moore playing without Luther Burden and without Rome Odunze. The Bears got to score points somehow, and I think Cole Kmet might also be not practicing right now.
Oh,
I mean, somebody's got to catch the ball, and it can't be Colston Loveland every play. So I think DJ Moore might have a DJ Moore week. I think he's had like 2 or 3 of those this year. Last week he scored 2 touchdowns. He might do that again. That's definitely like Kyle Pitts last week without Drake London. You don't want to see the number 2 guy when the number 1 guy is out on your opponent's fantasy team. So I think DJ Moore is going to light it up and potentially solo Robbie the game.
yeah, I think, and I just checked it now, because the last time I checked, Marv was limited yesterday. 3 hours ago, he was limited in practice again today, which I posted a TikTok on my main TikTok about it, where I asked my mom to text me, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I just wrote back, "1 more week of Michael Wilson without Marvin Harrison Jr." And I think what you just said, Kevin, about DJ Moore, Robbie like texted it in the fantasy group chat about DJ Moore starting for him, saying that that's like a bad thing, and without any competition from receivers, like Michael Wilson has kind of been able to capitalize on. That's only going to help Rob. And
that's his guy too. He's had him for years
Yeah.
and years and years.
And if Michael Wilson is sharing targets with Marv, that happened once in his Linsanity run the past 6 weeks, and Michael Wilson ended up with like 7 points. So, and I really have no one on my bench to like put in besides that, because I'm not starting Terry McLaurin against Philly with Mariota thrown to him. So yeah, I think it lands on whether Marv plays or not, because if Marv doesn't play, then Michael Wilson, totally biased, is a top 5 receiver in my opinion.
Yeah.
In
I
fantasy.
think a big thing in this game is also going to be how much can your running backs separate themselves from Robbie's running backs, because on the projections there's a big difference there. That's the only area that you're projected to beat him. But Omarion Hampton's playing Dallas, so that's probably going to be a high scoring game, and the Chargers could go up early because they're a better team than Dallas and they're going to run the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And then James Cook, I mean, it seems like almost every week at this point he catches a touchdown from Josh Allen, and that's 11 points for Robbie's team right off the bat. So we'll see how much
Yeah.
Bijan and Bucky can build a lead there.
Yeah, and Cleveland hasn't been a friendly opponent to like most positions in fantasy, but it is Josh Allen and the Bills. So like I hope them just being good doesn't offset that, doesn't offset Myles Garrett trying to break the record. But I hope they can contain them. And like you said, Drake London playing could be good because Kirk throws some hospital balls all the time. And even if he doesn't, I mean, Lad McConkey is due, so that I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I think this could go either way, but I think it hinges on Michael Wilson, which is hilarious.
Mahomes is dead too, so Travis Kelce's probably going to be a non-factor. Although, I don't know, backup QB Gardner Minshew just might want to feed him because isn't Rashee Rice hurt or something?
He's in concussion protocol. I think he hasn't cleared it yet. So I think I saw one of the fantasy doctors said that since he hasn't cleared it yet, he can't play this week.
Was it the
So
base
he might be out.
one?
I have no idea.
Was it Dr. Pete?
It might have been. It was the crab surgeon, I think.
I used my number one waiver claim on Colby Parkinson because I thought Robbie or Ant could have tried to get him. So that's why. Because I was like, you know what? It's I'm in or out. If I'm out, I won't need the number one claim next week. So I don't know. I had to use on Parkinson because guy's gonna be in my lineup. I also did that with Jared Goof. I don't want to start Bo Nix in the playoffs. It just doesn't sound right. So
Why would Ant pick up a tight end? He has Dallas Goedert. He had 25 points last week.
yeah, I don't know how
Only he
often he
started him.
follows up those performances, but
That was a great start by Ant last week.
he loves the
Starting
wrong
again.
buttons.
That was
He
great.
could have cut the Mayo Bowl deficit in half just by sticking with the tight end that he's had all year
Tight end 6, by the way.
against the Raiders.
And come on, dude. Everyone gives him shit, but like we're trying to help. Dude.
It's insane how we just managed to do that every single week. And now you look. I'm jumping ahead here. We'll save my thoughts for the mail.
Yeah, we'll go to Kevin Hall versus Deuce Eats Buddies Brown Darts.
This sucks.
Projections wise, ESPN gives Nick a 64% chance, but I don't want to speak too soon on that because I'm pretty sure, Kevin, your projection looked kind of like that as well. DKing just seems to defy odds, and when he says his like ridiculous claims in the chats or whatever, like it's funny, but they end up coming true, which is the craziest part. Him saying he would make the playoffs late in the season, I thought that was a joke. He ended up making the playoffs. Him saying he was going to crush you, I thought that was a joke, and it ended up happening. I don't know what this guy knows. It seems like he could predict the future, but yeah, how do you guys look at this one here?
I already gave my thoughts earlier on this, so I'll be quick. I don't think there's a position here that I'd prefer to have Kevin Hall's player versus Nick's player throughout the entire starting lineup. But I would have said that about my team last week as well versus his. So what do I know?
Yeah, you look at this one, and it's just such a shame that this is what it's come to. But getting past that, I mean, the obvious choice is Nick, but like Saquon Barkley sucks, and so does Justin Jefferson. So their projections mean nothing.
But they're playing the Commanders and the Giants. So this
Okay.
could be for Saquon at least. He could do great against Washington.
Jefferson
And
has played the Commanders and the Cowboys the last 2 weeks, and he hasn't cracked 5 points. Like,
fair enough.
you know,
But it's
and
the Giants.
then he's got Brock Bowers against Houston,
Yeah,
and like, I don't know. I mean, he's starting Jackson Dart, which is like, it's whatever, I guess. Like, I don't know. And then you look at my team as decaying, and it just kind of has like a team of destiny thing going on here. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But It really is just like an island of misfit toys in the spirit of Christmas. Um, I guess Travis Etienne is like fantasy relevant now. Travion Henderson, like what a move. I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
a Nick here. I'm gonna take the underdog, both underdogs, and I'm gonna go with Dean and DKing as my picks this week.
You know, Kevin Hall might have the best running back room in the league at this point
Yeah,
with
the
Travis Etienne without Tootin.
Yeah.
Travion took over, and Javante still being okay, I guess.
and all DKing has to do is outperform his projection by 1 point. He's projected for 108.8. Somebody needs to give him one more point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Somewhat.
That could be Matthew Stafford tonight. I think he's only projected like 16 points or something, which is
14,
crazy.
14.7. Like
But yeah, I mean, he could easily go for 300, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That seems to be his average week at this point.
starting Jaguars defense against Denver is certainly a choice, but you know what?
He knows more than us.
He
Yeah,
knows
exactly.
He's got the insider scoop.
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Yeah, like if he would have started Seahawks against like the number one of the top offenses in football, I wouldn't have batted an eye because he just knows. But um, it's sad to see that Seahawks D and Rashid Shaheed aren't making it back into the lineup. I don't know how many fantasy playoff lineups Rashid Shaheed was in last week, but it's crazy that he was on the winning one. Um, um, but
It's just
I
so
don't know. The thing with you saying like his players being like the land of misfits and all coming together and outperforming it, it's kind of, I'm not trying to say they were not a great team, but it's kind of like the Giants when I think they were a wild card team when they beat Brady and the Pats the second time, I want to say. Kind of like everyone picking the other team against them, like
yeah.
saying the Giants aren't making it out of the first round, they're not making it out of the second. They go on to beat one of the greatest NFL teams of all time in the Super Bowl. I think we could have that with Kevin Hall this year, with Matty Stafford at the helm, Travion Henderson as like his lead back with Javante, with ETN now, and then you have
Devontae
guys.
fits the theme of that team.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
He
like
really does.
not the guy you expected this year to have the role he has or have the fantasy impact he has, but he just has it finally in his career.
Yeah.
Mike Evans on one leg. Um, Debo still with Mariota. One thing I saw with Debo and Javante have contract incentives that they need to hit. I think they both need like 100 yards, a touchdown maybe. So that's something to look into as well. And on the other side with Nick's team, I mean, his projections week by week are crazy just because of the names, but most of his players do not hit their projections on average. In the past couple weeks, I saw that stat somewhere where Jefferson for 14.7,
That's like 10
Saquon
points
for
higher than it should be.
19. Yeah, like even Jonathan Taylor for 24, which he could get and does, but if you look at since the bye, I mean, he hasn't cracked close to 20. Um, that's one thing to look at. Is Nick's projections seem to be inflated week by week, where Kevin Hall's his guys just outperform them for I don't know how many weeks now. So I'm gonna go out here and also say Kevin Hall, and I'm not
You're on the
gonna
miracle
make a
run.
call on myself and Rob until I see Marvin Harrison in or out. So. Marvin
No,
Harrison
you
out.
can't
I
do
think I
that.
beat him. Marvin Harrison in. I think Robbie's got the edge.
Before we move on to the mail bowl, I just want to say congrats to Nick for making the finals. Awesome season for you. What a comeback in the division to get the bye. So congratulations on being one of the final two teams standing.
And I'm going to go ahead and say congratulations, Kevin Hall. No one thought you'd make it this far. You were in Mayo Bowl contention for 2/3 of the year. Um, win it for me, win it for Javante Williams, win it for Rashid Shaheed and Jake Ferguson. You got this.
Yeah. If week 14 was different, Kevin, you'd be playing. I'm trying to think.
What do you mean if I lost?
You'd be playing Kevin Hall this week because Chris would have had the 6th seed, right? If Nick would have missed play, if he would have lost to Rob. If he would have lost to Rob, Nick would have had the 6, and Kevin Hall would have the bye.
Yeah, but it would have been I would have been playing you right now, Dean, because me and Alex would have played.
That's true. Yeah. All right. But it's cool to see that we have the potential for a Kinkner Bowl. That would definitely be. I don't know if that would be fun to watch for people. Some people would watch that in distress, but Kinkner Luck would go pretty crazy in a Kinkner Bowl, especially with Rob as Peyton Manning and Nick as Eli, the younger brother having a Super Bowl, the older brother not having one until much later in his Pistopedia's career. So that'd be something to look at. Yeah, but moving on to the Mayo Bowl, Will with an almost 54-point lead after 1 week. What do we see here? I mean, and still with a lot of questionable players in his lineup. Yeah.
Phew. I mean, it's kind of over, right? Like, it's like the elephant in the room. He's barring like a just complete and total catastrophe collapse of like the likes of which we've never seen. Like,
Yep.
Will could lose the next 2 weeks by 25 points, and he's still like fine. Like, he's projected to beat him this week by 10. He's got T. Higgins back. I mean, how did it get to this point, Ant? He's starting Keenan Allen. Like,
Man.
how did we get here? It's so sad. And I think the greatest tragedy of all of it, we're not going to get to see Rome Odunze play in the Mayo Bowl.
Dude. Don't say that.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, Will's going to win the Mayo Bowl. It's kind of just like not much he can do about it. So, seeing that tricycle.
It is a very big deficit that Ant has to make up. But we've seen Will's team go for 60, 70 points this year. So it's not impossible. Are the odds not in Ant's favor? Yes. Is it very improbable? Yeah. Is most of Ant's team injured and the rest of it stink? Yeah. But Kevin Hall's team also stunk last week, and he scored 180 points. So anything can happen.
Yeah, I think, like you just said, Kevin, I think it's more likely that Will's team, that Ant comes back from a Will stinker than Ant comes back from a dominating performance just off of his cast here with, like guys like, Keenan Allen in the lineup.
Which with Keenan Allen in there, you just got to go double Steelers running back at that point and just hope that they have the best offensive game ever.
Yeah. I don't know how Justin Herbert is still his quarterback for Ant. There's just a lot here
I mean, he's playing Dallas this week, so that makes sense. But like, I don't know who he was playing last week, but I guarantee there was at least 3 or 4 waiver quarterbacks that probably outscored him.
Yeah, he did pick up Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love against Chicago, but I don't know.
Bad, man.
Yeah, this is tough to look at because Will has like Alex said, Will has a lot of like, I guess at the moment like safer guys. Jacoby Brissett has been a 18 to 21 point like lock. Kyron Williams has been like a solid RB2 on the cusp of an RB1. Who knows what happens with Achane with Ewers, the rookie quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually something I'm also excited but scared for Jalen Waddle.
That might hurt him a little bit.
Who?
I think it hurts Waddle, but I think Achane will be fine.
Is he gonna do the Tua and just like dunk it off to him 15 times? Like maybe Quinn Ewers can throw the ball over 15 yards.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, like I don't know how you get worse from Tua, And he's been better than Zach Wilson in practice. I think that's why McDaniel named him the starter. But it's Zach Wilson. Like I don't know how much that
It's
means,
not a
or
high bar to clear.
what kind of weight that holds. But I mean, yeah, I'm at least a tiny bit optimistic, but still scared for Waddle. I mean, if it was still Tua, I was thinking of benching him anyway. So maybe it's good, but it's interesting to see what it does to Achan. Zay Flowers is so bad. I
Hey,
mean,
hey, he's looked all right
he's
last
looked
week.
all right, but in real life, he's a terrible wide
He's
receiver.
a great Mayo Bowl player because he's
Yes.
who maybe last week was the one. I think Nick said it last week. Like he's gonna in a 3 week span, he's going to have like a 25 point game. He's already
Yeah.
done it once. Who's to say he can't go one for his next two?
Yeah.
Why not?
And Wandale Robinson has been the guy in New York. I mean, he's been better than Drake London in in the trade that Will made with Nick. Um, T. Higgins was a huge get for Will, trading away Marvin Harrison Jr. That would have been a nightmare if Will still had Marv. And yeah, I dropped Eagles D just to make room because I didn't know if I was getting the buy or not. And him having Eagles D against Mariota and having Fairbairn as his kicker now, I think that just puts Will over the top. But you never know what could happen. So, um, yeah, I think there's still an opportunity for Will to score a little below what he wants and Ant to have just a solid enough week for Ant to have to beat him by a bit still in week 3.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's impossible for Ant, but it's not
Ants
it's not like
goal. Ants. What was it like 56? You said is the spread.
0.9 is the difference.
Ant close the gap by 26 points this week.
Yeah,
That's what you need to do. Cut it in half.
yeah.
Give yourself a shot from someone who's been there twice. Just do it.
Yeah,
I think he
if he could put up 130, 140, you know.
Yeah.
I think he needs Josh Jacobs to be ruled out because I think Emmanuel Wilson by himself will be better than a hobbled Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah, and if Ant has the time to go to Pittsburgh and do something to Jalen Warren, that would help as well.
Mm-hmm.
That would be huge.
Yeah. But
Maybe he could do something to Lad McConkey and Omarion Hampton while he's at it too. Get Keenan Allen the ball.
get Keenan Allen the ball.
I still think it's going to Gadsden before it goes to Keenan. I think he's what would that be, fifth, maybe sixth behind Vidal on the pecking order.
Yeah, I guess we're forgetting about Quentin Johnston too.
Yeah.
That's another thing to look at. So Ant is rolling with Keenan Allen, which is we've all said is kind of funny.
Good decision.
It's a choice.
I'm trying to look now on waivers. If there's any other like better options, higher ceiling options for him to run at the flex. I mean, I'd even go Loveland in the flex without any Chicago receivers being healthy besides DJ Moore.
Ant, send me $25 right now. Nico Collins is yours. He's wide. I don't know if you guys noticed this. He's wide receiver 7 now after he was like
He's been great.
the entire year. Like he has kind of been awesome lately. It's a shame, but
You don't even have to look that far down on waivers. You can just click the wide receiver tag, and the first wide receiver there, Jalen Coker, he is better than Keenan Allen. You can immediate add and drop.
Yeah.
And if you want Adonai Mitchell, that'll run you $5. If you want a Mecca Egbuka, that'll run you $8. Brees Hall, just give me Brian Thomas Jr. back. Yeah.
Well, let me drop Brian Thomas Jr. You waiver claim Brian Thomas Jr. Drop Brees Hall, and then Ant can pick up Brees Hall.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think
this is not allowed.
We'll get on a call after this. We'll figure this one out. Actually, thank you for reminding me. Let me sub Brees Hall in my lineup this week right now.
I think we're forgetting that Will is the vice president of the complaint department, so none of this flies.
Listen, Ant, you have my number. You have my Venmo.
You have my Venmo. Yeah.
Are we gonna check in on the 7-8 game because there are some stakes to that one, is there not?
Yeah, I believe so.
We get to pick the loser's name. So
Yes.
Oh,
So I mean, what happened last week? It's a 3-week game, right? Similarly to the Mayo Bowl. That's how we're doing it.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
what happened?
it's Chris versus Aiden.
It's close.
Yeah,
It's
let's see.
close.
6.7 lead for Mr.
Yeah.
Jackson's neighborhood.
Wow. It's a close one.
What does it look like this week? Let's see. Whew.
Pretty
Starting
close.
Yeah, he's starting Andy Borregales. I'm going to give the edge to Gene Ding here. After that, who knows? And RJ Harvey, my two favorite players.
Yes.
I would agree, but Ashton Genty is still in Aiden's lineup. So yeah, he'll probably score like 5 points. He'll be for a good five. Probably like 40 yards and one catch. I don't think the Raiders will score a point. So yeah,
And Lamar is still in Mr. Jackson neighborhoods. Lamar is drop worthy, in my opinion.
QB 17. Oof.
that would be the sabotage drops of all the sabotage drop of all sabotage drops to get him onto a playoff team like Knicks, and he goes out there and scores 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it
yeah,
would
I'm
fit the
not,
theme
I'm
of
not telling him to drop him. I'm just making a jest here about how bad he's been and how he could. I didn't do the math, but he could be part of the issue of Chris missing the playoffs for having such a big lead. I know it's redundant at this point and doesn't mean anything to Chris, but he's been hogging up Caleb Williams and Dak on his bench, and it's been kind of annoying to teams like myself who've been through the carousel of quarterbacks. And
Not just that, too. He's had Trey Benson sitting in his IR spot all season, and he's ruled out for the year. There's no
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to slide Bashal Tootin in there, Chris.
Yeah. What about
Thank
Garrett
you,
Wilson?
Yeah.
What about Pat Bryant, league winner?
Yeah, I don't know who I got here. It's so close. I mean, we're just gonna have to see. We'll let Nick and Robbie discuss it on next week's Hock Pacua podcast after they lose their matchups this week.
Ooh, yeah, the Kinkner episode. Yeah,
Kinkner
or they
special.
could be on for a championship Kinkner Bowl ep. So we'll see.
Mm.
Spicy either way.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be tough because it'll be like, guys, like talk shit about each other. They'll be like, oh well, Nick will be like, I love Robbie's team.
You'd be like, I love you more. No, I love you more.
Uh, we're joking around.
We're joking around.
Yeah, and this was actually just brought up to the Pistolpedia's council, but consolation game. There are now stakes in that where
Oh,
the loser has to change baseball teams. Alex has to become a Mets fan, and Kevin has to root for the Yankees for a year. You have to. The league's going to supply you guys with a certain amount of tickets to go to each game, and Alex is going to get a Lindor jersey if you lose, and Kevin, you'd get a Jason Dominguez jersey. So
Ooh.
nice. That's a good one.
yeah,
Wait, why do I have to get Lindor? Can I get someone good like Mark Vientos?
What about
Ooh.
can we get matching Luke Weaver jerseys?
Oh, that would be good.
I mean, why not just go all the way? We'll get Soto jerseys, or I'll wear my Ben
Yeah.
Rice jersey. You wear your Juan Soto jersey.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. But yeah. So looking forward to this week. We have to do the Hock Pacua parlay. So where I didn't think about this yet, so it's coming off the dome where we each pick one leg to see if it hits. I'm gonna go over here and try to pick one from the Mayo Bowl. Actually, if anyone has a pick in mind, you can take it away.
There's probably no way to bet this, but I don't know. I was thinking a Josh Allen to James Cook touchdown. So maybe
Thanks,
Can
dude.
you do
That would be awesome if that hits.
can you do a James Cook receiving touchdown, or does it only have to be any time? I'm not familiar with the degenerate side of gambling.
I don't even have access to sports books in California. It's annoying. I can't even like checks like. Well, I know I could check it, but I wish I could even just sign into FanDuel. It's annoying.
You could do something like, I don't know, maybe like his over receiving yards and touchdown, a little two James Cook thing.
Instead, I'm going to do a little bit of special teams. I'm going to do Saints defense over 1.5 interceptions versus the Jets.
Dang.
And then I'm going to do Jason Myers over field goals. It's going to be tough to get in there with 5 minutes until game time, but he's just the GOAT.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Banking on two. Is Justin Fields playing?
I think they said that Brady Cook will still be the starter, even if Tyrod Taylor is healthy. So Brady Cook is the guy.
That's
So
good.
Saints 2 interceptions, probably 3.
That's good. For
Maybe one comes back for a touchdown. Who knows?
Good for the Jets tank.
This is tough. I'm gonna do a RJ Harvey anytime touchdown.
Ooh, that's your guy. What
Yeah.
round are you gonna take him next year?
Fourth.
I don't think he'll be there.
No.
Yeah,
just
Ant
pick it
might
up.
take him just because he knows you like him, like how Ant took Cortland Sutton this year because he didn't want Chris.
Yeah, that worked out.
That was
That
a good move.
worked.
That was a good move.
Good move. I'm gonna go with a Zay Flowers anytime touchdown. He's my guy. I love Zay Flowers.
Didn't you just say he sucks?
I don't like Zay Flowers, and
It's always when you think Zay Flowers sucks that he has the Zay Flowers game.
yeah, he's on prime time on Sunday against New England. I think he's gonna drop a touchdown in the first quarter, but he's gonna get it done in the third. So I'm gonna go with the Zay Flowers anytime because the Ravens I think are fighting for a playoff spot, right?
Yeah, I think they're a game or two back of the Steelers.
Yeah. So maybe Lamar starts throwing the ball. If so, Zay Flowers I think will be the beneficiary of that. So that's the Hock Pacua parlay. Very exciting. And yeah, if you guys have any closing statements to the rest of the league, to the Kinkners, to Kevin Hall, to the Mayo Bowl participants, anything.
Yeah, to my Mayo Bowl Patriots, just 10 toes. It's not over till it's over, unless you're Ant. It's probably over. Yeah, Kevin Hall. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I guess it's working. At this point, I guess I'm rooting for you, even though you were kind of my number one op all year.
Yeah.
I think it would just be funny. To Nick, I guess, you traded Jefferson with this game against the Giants in mind, so hope it's worth it. To Robbie, good luck, I guess. Dean, good luck. Avenge me. And to Kevin, I'm gonna kick your ass this week. I'm not being a fucking Mets fan.
That's written in the
Yeah.
Constitution now, that the stakes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck to everybody in the playoffs still. Good luck to Ant on your comeback, even though it's probably not going to happen. Has Ant said GG in the group chat yet for the Mayo Bowl, or is he still hanging on to hope?
He said it's over like a bunch.
Yeah, he did
Okay.
say it's over.
Classic
I don't
Ant.
know, but GG is when it's official. But I don't think
Mhm.
he's given a GG yet.
And then 3 years in a row now, I've won my consolation game. I don't plan on that streak ending this year. So we'll see what happens over the next 2 weeks, but I'm very confident.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
I'm the king of consolation games,
This-
right? I know what to do in this situation.
If fantasy football just wasn't like BS, this is the championship right now. So we're gonna treat this as the real championship between me and Kevin.
I think Aiden said the same, but last week I said it's probably going to be Rags Gritty versus NIP in the championship. And sorry to jinx both of you guys. That's why, my picks this year on the podcast it hasn't been great. A lot of teams who I picked to win end up losing. That's why I didn't want to pick myself this week. Well, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. as Michael Scott said. So, yeah, sorry for ending your guys' season by saying that you guys are going to face each other in the championship. But
we're already on to 2026. I'm already looking at the draft.
Yeah. Got the big board hanging on my wall. I'm ready.
who's number one? Who's going number one?
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Marion Hampton, number 2.
Oh, my
RJ Harvey, number 3. Nico Collins, 4.
Okay.
Jake Ferguson, 5. The rest, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm going to try to find a way to get Cam Scatterbo back on my team.
If we were a keeper league, that'd probably be your keeper, I'd bet.
For sure. I mean, he
Not
doesn't exist
Bill?
anymore, but
Not Bill?
Yeah, actually, to everyone watching, we're retroactively switching this to a keeper league, so I get JSN in the 4th round next year. Sorry.
Yep. Kevin gets
I'm fine with that.
Jaden Blue.
14th round Jaden Blue. I mean, maybe I was just early. The takeover could be next year.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep Joe Mixon in the 8th. So we're good.
I'll keep Calvin Ridley in the 6th.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Yeah. You know, if Joe Mixon ends up retiring or something, then I'll just keep Jerry Jeudy in the 7th. So it's settled. All right, boys. Thanks for being here. Hope you guys have a great Pistolpedia's off season and enjoy the rest of this playoff bracket, but most importantly, enjoy the rest of this Mayo Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Yank can make a little comeback just so we have an exciting round 3 of the Mayo Bowl. Not wishing bad on you, Will, but for entertainment-wise, the Pistolpedia's fans, for Sequanda Hater, who's famously rooting for Sequanda, for Rags Gritty Gang Hate Club, for PPFL Reactionary, for all the fans out there. What?
I don't know where he's been.
Yeah, he had a lot of memes when the playoffs started, but after the first week of the playoffs, nothing really.
People have been asking me like I would have any idea what
that's
they're doing
odd.
or where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why they'd ask you, but yeah, to all the fans out there, hopefully the Mayo Bowl gets close, so there'll be a lot of stakes on December 29th when hopefully everyone gets together and sees who's going to ride that tricycle. So, all right, boys, have a good one.
You too, Dean.
Hey.
Living a joke on a bitch. Living a joke on a bitch. Living a joke on a bitch. Living a what? Yeah. I go no David and Joku on the bitch, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna none that little stitch, yeah. That could possible bitch, like what's the sitch, yeah. I'm living like Millie, little bitch, I'm getting rich.